Hello, hello. Welcome to the Mindset with Mary podcast. I'm your host, Mary, your go to life coach and mindset mentor. Life has not always been easy for me. For most of it, I've dealt with anxiety, depression, and honestly just feeling lost and unworthy. On the outside, everything looked fine, but on the inside, I was a mess. And I realized through this journey that I'm on, through this personal development journey, that I was living for everyone and everything else. And that created this bitterness and this resentfulness that translated into my relationships, which also translated into my internal relationship with myself and the relationship that I had with the things that I wanted to bring into my life. And then I found mindset and manifestation. And literally everything changed. Everything changed. I found myself again. I found my true self, and I see these deep glimpses of her more and more, and I step into her more and more every single day. I learned what it meant to live authentically. And I even hired a life coach to help me be more authentic, to help me be able to manifest my goals and truly become magnetic to the things that I want by being more of myself. And she showed me just that. She showed me how successful and capable I was simply by being myself, simply by learning how to manage my mind, learning how to be able to manage my emotions and create more capacity for what I wanted by taking things out that didn't make sense, like setting boundaries and standards, but also taking more on by allowing my capacity to grow, by starting to believe that I was capable of doing more. And because of that experience, I'm here and I get to share that with you. And I get to show up more authentically each time on this podcast. And now my mission is to give that back to you. My mission is to help you live a badass life, to show up more authentically every single day and see your worth, and that you don't need to earn it, that it is God given and it is yours to keep simply because you exist. And it is my mission to help you manifest all that you desire because you deserve it. So, if you are new, welcome to the Mindset with Mary podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you've been around, dang, I am just so blessed and so lucky to have you back. Okay, if you're ready for some magic, let's manifest and let's rise together. I've been thinking a lot about some sort of branding shift. And I've been thinking about it for a long time, honestly. And it comes from this place of just wanting to change, wanting to grow, wanting to expand into something new, something different. And at the same time, there's this part of me that loves this where we are. And so you might see some shifts coming. I'm really going to sit with these options that I have coming up because I really love Mindset with Mary and I want to keep it. And I want to go big and bold with the badass, right? And you'll see this in today's episode because today we're going to be talking about something I've been working on behind the scenes and I'm so excited to share it with you finally. And with that, like wanting to shift and become more bold, unapologetic, and just be able to help people show up more as themselves, to be able to feel that it's okay to be proud of yourself for showing up that way. With this new launch and my new programs and the new community I'm about to talk to you about, that is really driven by the idea that I want to help you live more of a badass life. It just feels so bold. So you might see some shifts coming. I don't know what that's going to look like yet. I'm going to sit with it. I'm going to do some meditation around it, maybe a breathwork session, and just let what is meant to come up come up. and we'll see what happens. So there's that. Stay tuned because I don't know what's about to happen. But the reason that popped into my ADHD brain is because I said, let's rise and manifest. And that's where it's truly coming from, is this idea that we rise from our ashes, this idea that the things that are here to destroy us are also the things that expand us beyond measure and create our biggest successes if we allow them to. We rise from the depths of our darkness. We rise and we step into our power. And that is this work that we do in this container, but also, like, my guess is that you're showing up here, you have this bigger calling, and something is pulling you, and you feel it. And together we rise and we manifest. So there's something there. I don't know what it is. We will see. We'll see what comes of it. Stay tuned. All right, today we are going to dive into something I've been working on behind the scenes, which is something I truly wish that I had years ago when I first started my personal growth journey. I spent many years not being able to relate with really truly anyone in my life. And if you know my background story, I'm a Beachbody coach, or I was a Beachbody coach probably in 2019-ish, when I decided that I no longer really wanted to do that anymore because it wasn't aligned. The business structure didn't align, all the things. There was just so much pulling me outside of it. And I truly wanted to do some one-on-one coaching and create my own things. When I pulled back from it, I realized that there was this missing piece, this thing that actually created so much success for me in that business, and that was the community. I miss working with these amazing, beautiful women in this community, and that we had these weekly calls and the powwows and the checklists and the challenges, and it kept me showing up even on days when I didn't feel motivated, right? It was energizing. It was like, oh, I've got to show up for these amazing people. And that really helped me get to the place of seeing that I needed to start showing up for myself more. I learned that through having this community. And so after I left Beachbody, I didn't have that anymore. And so working on my business, it felt lonely. It felt like I didn't have this community of women anymore. And because of that, and through this process, and because I recognize that the people in my real life, and let's be honest, like, I love my amazing husband and my family with my whole heart and my whole soul, and they are 100% supportive and here every step of the way. And with that being said, when you show up and you're like, hey, I have this crazy idea and I want to start my own business, you might be met with, oh, how much money is that going to cost? And you're going to do it anyways, right? Because you're like, hell yeah, I'm going to go. Or you don't because you're like, oh, I've got to make sure that this is going to, like, I don't want to settle the relationship or whatever it may be. And so then you feel like you're stuck or trapped, or you do it anyways. And it's kind of creating this contention. And through this process, I promise you that if you stick through and you actually come out of it and you have this amazing success from it, they're going to see that it was worth it. But if you let that moment determine what you're going to do moving forward, you're missing out on the opportunity for not only you to grow, but for them to grow. Because once they see you do it, you become the example. And they start to realize that there's more to this than just like showing up and throwing out these crazy ideas, right? These crazy dreams, like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. So you might not always be met with this enthusiasm for these big goals and big dreams. Even if it's like working on weight loss or something like that, you might start wanting to eat healthy and you're like, I'm not going to buy as much junk food because that's something I don't want to do right now. You might not be met with excitement for that. And so it can feel really lonely in the moment. And so with the community, it brings this opportunity for you to connect with people who are also on that journey, who might also not have the enthusiasm with the people in our real lives, right? They have these lens that they're wearing, and it's basically the way they view their life. and what's possible and what's capable. And you have these lenses on right now that are shades lighter or dark or whatever, however you want to think of it, but you're a few steps ahead of them, right? And if you just expect them to step into this few steps ahead of them stage immediately and hope that they just see things the way you're seeing them, yeah, that can be very disheartening, especially if you look at it and you think, well, I guess they just don't trust me. I guess they just don't see it the way I see it. I recently watched a couple episodes of Big Bang Theory. In Big Bang Theory, there's a few episodes where Penny's working on becoming an actress and Leonard is like not so sure of her actually having it happen, and she's upset because she's like, you don't see me actually making this happen. And unfortunately, that's the reality. That's the reality of this journey. People see things so much differently than most of us who are here. Most people are going to look at things based on what they've been taught in society. And now you're starting to step into this phase where you are allowing yourself to grow beyond measure. And you're no longer letting society determine what that's going to look like for you. And you can't just expect everyone else to all of a sudden shift. It's going to happen, but you've got to set the example first. And if you give up now, how can you set that example? How can you influence if you give up? Because I loved that community and it gave me so much inspiration and motivation and allowed me to start showing up more and more for myself, I want to give this to you. I want to be able to help bring that vibe to you because that's what's going to help. So I want to bring that enthusiasm to you. And I truly believe that this is the next step, stepping into something bigger with a group of people. That is why I'm introducing to you the Badass Babe community. So we have the Badass Babe community, and then we have a couple different levels of offerings that are coming, and I'm going to share those with you because these are life-changing. Yeah, I'm so excited. And the cool part is there are paid and unpaid options for all budget types. So it's not just something that like, oh, okay, like this isn't going to be for me because I'm not there yet. No, I want to start helping you step into your journey no matter what level you're at. And I want to help you experience that enthusiasm. I want to show you that you're not in this alone, that you don't have to do it alone. And so I want to bring this high energy to you. So I'm about to share with you a few things that I've been working on behind the scenes, and I absolutely know that this is where the transformation happens. So the very first thing I want to introduce to you is the Badass Babe community. This is my free space for people who are a bit rebellious like myself, who feel called to something more and who are ready to work on their mindset and these big, scary goals that really truly light them up and bring so much fire into their life. It's not just a community, you're gonna get some things. So what's inside is these motivational audio drops to keep you fired up, ready to go. Mindset tools that are gonna help you handle the hard days. Mindset tips that actually work. And manifesting tips that are super unhinged. We're stepping outside the beaten path. We're stepping into empowerment, and I'm going to show you some unhinged tools and tips that are really going to help you start to manifest your desires if the other things haven't been working. So again, why a community? Because on my own journey and with most of my clients, I've seen the same pattern. We fear this change, and it's because of the unknown, but also because the people around us aren't on the same path. And so we're going into the unknown alone. And it's like, oh gosh, I'm alone. Guess what? You're not. This community is going to help you feel like you are connected, help you feel like you are a part of something bigger than yourself, so that while you're working on all of these things and you're stepping into the next level, when the doubt comes in, you have a group of people with you right by your side, but also you have some tools to help you start to shift your mindset so that when the doubt comes in, you can walk yourself through it. you can move through it and become more and more resilient. So, I created this space so that you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do it alone. And then also in this community, you're going to get the 5 steps to manifesting a badass life masterclass. So if you missed that, join the community, which will be in the link in the show notes. So if you've been craving support, motivation, and a crew of badass people who are going to help lift you higher, come join us. It's free, it's fun, and it's your new favorite place on the internet. We're no longer in Facebook getting, all the politics and blah. Like, join a community of high vibe shit. If you are just wanting to step into the community, fantastic, join us. But if you're wanting to take it a step further, I'm going to introduce to you the Badass Babe Academy. This is my paid membership and group coaching portal. And it's for you if you're ready to go a step deeper and start to see more and more transformation through the process. So in here, everything you're going to get is the free community, of course, obviously, but then you're going to get access to the courses, exclusive material, monthly group coaching calls, and a step-by-step roadmap to level up your manifestation game. And honestly, this is where my own journey really started to shift more. I did the community, then I stepped into the group call, of course, inside of a group coaching container where I not only got to work through the material, but also met each month to go deeper together. And that combination of content, community, and coaching completely changed my life. And I know it's going to do the same for you. If this is something you're interested in, book a consultation call. These are free, plus a consultation if you're really interested, and we can talk more in depth about what the next steps are and if this coaching program is right for you. And then, of course, the third option, which is the next level, is the Badass Expansion Portal. This is my VIP experience, your next level VIP experience. This includes everything in the community and the group coaching plus one-on-one mentorship to massively transform your life. So inside of this, you get one-on-one sessions, you're going to get the group coaching calls, but we go even further and we dive deeper. So there's going to be group meditations, there's a bunch of different challenges that we're going to work through together. There's an upcoming revenue and income challenge, multiple things that are coming your way. There's just going to be so many fun things happening. And this is where you're going to want to do it. So, of course, there is Voxer support. If you don't know what Voxer is this app. We can do audio messages and also texting that you have my full attention. So this is just support in between each coaching session so that if you're in the middle of working through something and you're like, hey, this is what's coming up, I'm struggling with this, or I feel triggered by X, Y, and Z, we get to work through it right there on spot so that you're not left alone in between sessions. So, and then of course, personalized tools and strategies to really help you shift and manifest bigger. This is a space for the woman who's all in on her growth and ready to massively transform everything in her life. And seriously, this was my next step. I started with a community, I went to the group coaching, but what really actually shifted my life on a much deeper level and what I wish I would have done from the beginning is get that one-on-one coaching, get that one-on-one support help, because life coaching helped me stop getting in my own way. It helped me manifest my goals faster, start to see that I'm capable way quicker than anything else has ever shown me, and truly start showing up for myself first, which in turn helped me show up for everyone else. I was putting myself first instead of every single other person. And I truly started to rewire that belief and stop letting people at work walk all over me. I finally started raising my standards and started setting boundaries with confidence. I truly built this unshakable confidence in my decisions and ability to show up at work and be like, I am no longer available to be treated like this at work. And that was so empowering to step into that. And it's crazy to think that when we set the boundaries, when we set the standards, we show ourselves and the universe that we're ready for more, and the universe sends more. Like, okay, you finally gonna start standing up for yourself. I've been trying to teach you this lesson for so long. All right, fine. Now you finally did it. Here's all the things you've always wanted. I'm glad you finally learned that lesson. And then also truly helped me start to create these habits that actually stuck because I started to build the mindset that helped me build the habits. So, and that's why I created the Badass Expansion Portal, is because I know firsthand how powerful it is when you combine support, strategy, accountability, and just seriously at the deepest level with someone who can be there to show you your blind spots, but also to be there to guide you, support you, to not just really validate you, but help you feel seen in the process, to show you that you're worthy so that you can start believing that you're worthy. So here's the thing. My coaches, they offer so much support on such a high level. And because of that, they have inspired me to do the same. And that is why I've created this. And I want to give it back to you. I want to help you truly and massively shift your life, and not just externally, but internally, so that you can reach all of your external goals, but also you are happy on the inside. You get to feel proud of yourself on the inside because you deserve a badass life. You truly deserve that. You deserve to look around and say, damn, I've got it good. Damn, I truly shifted out of just trying to be positive 24/7 and shifted into empowerment and learned that life is 50-50, and 50% of the time life is going to be good and 50% of the time life is going to be shitty. But even when it's shitty, I have the most resilient mindset possible because I've done the work. And so I am able to step into that and be like, you know what? Even when things are hard, I am capable. I can still manifest when I'm doubting myself. I can still manifest when there's fear. And that empowerment alone shifts everything and starts to show you how amazing you truly are. Okay, that's what I have for you today. If you're like, hell yes to all of this, make sure you book a free consultation call, and I can absolutely help guide you to, maybe you're like, here's where I'm at. Okay, well, the next step would probably be the Badass Babe Academy, or maybe you just want to join the free community. That link's going to be in the show notes. So you can just go there, get a little snippet of what's going on in the Mindset with Mary world. And if you're like, I want to go deeper, then let's do the Badass Babe Academy. Or if you're like, I'm ready to jump in and I'm ready to just massively change my life. And I'm ready right now because I have so many things that I want to create and I want to do. And you're on full board, then let's jump in, let's talk, let's make it happen for you because you truly deserve it. Okay, that's what I have for you.